Okay, can you just take us from the top again, and what is it about, what the plan, for those who are not contextualized in
Okay,
around this.
so so to start off, we have this BLH Singapore has this youth ambassador program held at a secondary school in Singapore. So our youth ambassadors, 5 of them, come from a secondary school, and they are in the mainstream secondary schools. So unlike their peers, our ambassadors have some conditions, for instance, autism, Down syndrome, and sclerosis. Is that how I pronounce it? I cannot. Yeah. So a mix of physical condition and physical and mental condition. Is it mental? Developmental condition, physical and developmental condition. So the school selected these 5 students to join Ellen, Tasha, and I for a weekly program every Wednesday. So it has started since January this year, and it's supposed to end around May. So now we are at the halfway point, and we decided to do a friendship festival for the 5 ambassadors. So instead of planning for the 5 ambassadors, we are planning with our 5 ambassadors. So we are getting the 5 ambassadors along with Tasha and Ellen to do something for this festival. The theme of the festival is revolves around 3 words: respect, responsibility, and rapport, which were thought up by Ellen. Okay, so building on these 3 words, I I, I decided to select a metaphor, an image, which is a food cuisine in Singapore. It's called rojak. So rojak. So I put it down as friendship festival ready to rojak. So rojak has the connotation of messiness, of how different youths with different abilities and interests are coming together to BBLH along with Tasha, Ellen, and I to co-organize a festival, so that more students in the secondary school will hear of Bilberries Blue Lighthouse. Yeah, so the objective of the festival is to make Bilberries Blue a homely place for our ambassadors, as well as a check-in, since it's about the midpoint of the program now, on their own learning progress, their own takeaways, their own reflections, and record all these observations down so that we can pass it on to their parents, to the ambassadors' parents, who we want them to be interested in their children's time spent at Bilberries Blue Youth Ambassador Program. Yeah, so that's the general context behind the Friendship Festival. At the same time, there is another institution, a school, who has approached Bilberries Blue to collaborate with us, and I'm hoping that through this festival we can identify a problem, a need of our ambassadors, so that we can come up with a problem statement we can craft out a problem statement that we can try to address together with students from another institution, a college, if you like, in Singapore. Yes.
That's wonderful. Okay, very nice. You got a context, you got the goals as well for this festival in terms of the development of the service for the ambassadors, So it's a checking in for self-evaluation and then the problem statement. I really, really like that. Okay. Any questions or comments from anybody else?
Okay, I think what he's doing is a great thing, and through that the youths are able to make new friends, And also they are able to socialize with others as they work together. And the activities they will be doing through the festival, they will make the youths at least to feel they belong somewhere and other people love them. And through this also the community and the people around the society will be able to know more about the program we are having.
I think the word belong is very important here. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, so we really want to give the students, the youth ambassadors, a sense of belonging, because we understand that they are around in a secondary school and most of their peers are better than them in their schoolwork or better at making friends. So yeah, we hope that by joining us in our program, our youth ambassador program, our ambassadors will really develop that sense of belonging to both the ambassador, to Bilberries Blue Lighthouse, as well as their school, Spectra Secondary School. Yes.
I want to talk about this. The perspective, the lens that you are wearing, as I'm hearing this, is a less than lens. Belonging does not mean you try and fit in and feel that you're less than. You said their peers are better than them, etc., etc. Always feeling like you're less than others. I'm not sure this is what it's about. We don't throw a party so that we become popular and then fit into other people. You know? Can we turn this around? The ambassadors were selected because we gave the brief to the teachers and the principal to choose for us the new youth stewards. You are youth stewards. They are the ambassadors of BB Lighthouse. Those 5 kids that they were chosen for us, right? The 5 adolescents. They're kick-ass kids, okay? This is being recorded.
Okay, they are.
They are. Do you see how solid they are? There is nothing
Tasha,
less them in
well.
them. Tasha is a kick-ass. Alan is as well. Look, Honkai. I'm going to rattle you right here in front of everybody, even though this is recorded. We'll probably just watch this amongst ourselves, right? You are still having the lens of a less than. Can you today just take your glasses off and just chuck it on the ground already, okay?
Okay.
I cannot be more polite anymore, all right?
Okay.
It's your bias, my darling.
Okay.
Hey, you know why I can speak to Honkai like this now or not? We had lots of Milos together. And because Honkai is live already on the program, he's not in abstraction anymore. After every session, we debrief 2 hours minimum, okay? And Honkai has, the honesty and the vulnerability. And he thinks about it, and he's shredding his conditioned, mind regarding this whole darn thing. I really need to say his whole damn thing, okay? Who says this person is like this is better than this one is better than that one? No. What on earth is that? We're talking about uniqueness, right? Please redefine it already, lah. What are you friends? If I'm friends with you and you keep saying you're better than me, so I need to throw a party for you so that you like me. I'll curl my hair, I'll put on my lashes. Oh wow! I'll throw on some sweaters that you're wearing that I'm not wearing. Oh my God! Now I belong. Oh, we belong together so well. WTF it? Okay, you stand there and say, "This is me. This is who I am." It's not about better or not better. In friendship, it's not about better or not better. What is the purpose of my being? Of our togetherness. Please help me already, lah. Please don't throw a party, okay, with Barbies.
Okay.
And Ken dolls. Oh my God. Okay. Are we Disney here? My dad bought me a Barbie at 16, he really couldn't afford to buy me a Barbie when I was younger, right? I can't remember what I did with it. I think I touched her. You know all those One Love boxes? We screen out all the Barbies. Sorry, no Barbies. And they get tossed in the bin, okay? And I told all the donors, don't give me any Barbies or Ken dolls. I want the books, I want the science, okay? I want the developmental toys. When you see any Barbie entering your premises, George, just have a recycling bin. I don't even think the plastic is worth it to recycle. I'll send you an article about the gift of non-belonging, but that's terrible because it's my writing. I'd rather not do it, okay? But it's there somewhere. I mean, one day you're going to tell me what is the gift of non-belonging. And actually, it's a gift of non-participation or non-belonging. I can't remember which it is. So this Friendship Week, please, now that you've all heard me, I don't need to talk, say it again already. Hong Kong, you got it already.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, maybe I can rectify that.
No need to rectify. You were just talking. Yeah. Tell
Go
me.
ahead, go ahead.
Try
Okay.
that.
On a lighter note, okay, we didn't mean that the belonging of what, but you know, I can have courage in myself and believe in myself. But if the people around me are not accepting me, it's not okay. I might not be able to feel that courage in me. So what we mean about belonging is we are trying to create awareness on our differences. Okay, I'm autistic and this is how I behave, and these are the characteristics of a person who is autistic, and how the people around them can handle them and accept them. Most important thing is accepting them. So once the people around the community are able to accept these people and understand their differences, they are able to build even their self-esteem.
Snaida, I gotta pause you there. You say handle them. Is a person born to be handled?
Not handling them.
You see what I'm saying about, there is an underlying lens that you're wearing. That's why your language is coming out that way. I never say I will handle Tasha. I never say I'll handle Ellen. There's nothing. They're handling themselves. They have absolute self-control. I had a podcast session with 5 ambassadors. Hong Kai was not part of it, the first start of it. I told them it's very simple, right? They just have to look after how they manage themselves in community and understand that very deeply. You know, there's no difference. You, me, no difference. I don't know what all these labels are about. It was from an old world that saw the world differently and had a very, very poor understanding of neuroscience. Everyone's unique. Everyone has funky things, you know, they call it funky. But that's because they didn't understand and they were trying to normalize the world. I give credit to those who were including those people who were outside of the bell curve, okay? But it's not that world anymore. Everything's opened up. Neuroplasticity has completely demystified. Neuroplasticity means your neuroscience of your body, right, can change, can grow, you know, and the possibility is endless. We don't put a limit to them by handling them or labeling them. They have a name each, and that's it. If they love themselves, they can hold themselves and can understand why they're so significantly different from everybody else. They will know what's the right thing to do. What is this? And when is the time to say something? When is the time not to say something? When is the time to behave in a particular way? When's the time to find the freedom in themselves, in their personal arterial? Now, if it's a hosted festival, right, then it's quite structured and quite scaffolded, you know? Their voice and participation will be from their own statement, their own ground that they're standing. And what is that ground? We talk about it today, the non-negotiables. Isn't that universal? The ground that you desire to stand, isn't it the same as the ambassador's ground? Why is it called the economics of universal well-being? And why did Bernie root it right down, right? She refused to let me give you the tools or the skills even. Where did Bernie root us? Go back to Bernie, the 7 milestones. Justin and Mel Felix Elba, you know, you guys really had one whole year of Bernie. Bernie told me, okay, that for the Kenyan youths, you guys are already for the dignity. And after the Malaysia and Philippines, after 1 year, she said, you guys got it already. That's what dignity means. Governance principle is dignity, okay? Saif got it. So the economics of universal well-being is just universal. So, Hongkai, you ready to deepen? Because Hongkai is going to meet Kim and Saif later. Sorry, that was an evil laughter. Okay, Snyder, as you interact, oh my God, what is this word stress? What is this word stress? I don't know what this word stress is. Never mind, another day, I don't want to lecture on that really. I want to have, we're going to go and possibility. Ayo, if a new civilization, with all the technology, with all the new energy, with all the everything that is possible for 7.5 billion to 9 billion people in 2030 is built on the foundation of stress. My God, what kind of future is that? Did the ancestors before us who held the peace enough, not those that are canonized and nonsensically documented by history, I'm talking about the real guys who kept the continuity of humanity up to today, how many years, you know? You go back and you understand when the first ball of fire and how Earth was formed and all that. You think of how many generations, right, to get to you. If it's built on stress, do you think you will be here with the dignity that you have? No, right?
No.
Snyder, just speak up. Don't type anymore. Yeah, I'm not reading, okay? It's not a classroom. Yeah. I'm just paying Anne, you know. I look like really grouchy today because I am. But
today you are so harsh.
I'm so harsh. What's that?
Yes.
It's called harsh?
Yeah.
This is me in my element. Nobody dares to touch me in my element. I'm connected to the fire of Genesis, okay? The origination of life. Because I understand, not because of these dogmas and all that, because I understand what it took for the world to evolve, you know? Why am I so mad? I'm mad with Putin. Because we took 70 years to hold peace. How many people died in World War II? I'm so mad. Every day I'm grouchy like this, okay, until they resolve it, okay? And then for us, we don't need to model world leaders. We just do it. We do it even better than them. Not even 1x better, okay? 9 billion x better, okay? You just set that goal and just do it. So do I wait? Do I throw a party and say, oh, hello there, you know, we're going to do this? No, we just do it by 2030. We get there already. 2023, I see you guys. 2024, I see you guys again. This is what the youth stewardship program is about. It's action-based, it's entirely, and then you're going to know your ground you stand on. You cannot remember, you're going to look back at the videos that we've recorded. You look back at the 7 principles. You should be chanting it in your sleep, and you should be transferring it if you understand it already, because it's so simple. Bernie is 70-something years old, right? And she did it for us. You know, she had another surgery in February. She had a surgery in December. Our elders are passing the baton already, okay? They love and care for the youth. Do not even let one youth tell you that the elders don't care, okay? And humans can never be perfect. If humans become perfect, they would have lost their humanity. It is a total fake news. Forgiveness is not absolution, you know. Forgiveness is simply maturity, you know. You understand? There's nothing to forgive if your parents did something that they couldn't do. There's nothing to forgive. When you reach that age, you will know what I mean. Maybe you don't need to reach that age. If you decide today that you become mature. Somebody told me, what was it? I don't know who. At 13 years old, you stop blaming any parents or any adults. I made that choice at 10, 13 years. Because I understood it. Sometimes in the best of whatever we want to do, we cannot do it. Same with this world situation, right? So coming back to it, okay, this is very, very core. Whatever you do, and you are transmitting to the children and the adolescents already, okay? They look up to you. If you don't take life seriously, you don't take your time seriously, you don't take your being seriously in this life, they won't either. And what are you going to leave behind? Did you carry the torch from your ancestors? No, you didn't. How many lost generations to drugs? Right? You guys tell me about that. Yeah, it's happening now. It happened in the US, you know, those flower power and all that. Singapore stopped it all. Singapore and Malaysia, they're going to hang people. And that's why they have us. We did not touch the drugs because our elders protected us in school. Our leaders protected us, you know. It may seem very, very like severe, right? But during every time and context in history, it's called contemporaneous time, okay? That's where we are now, contemporaneous time, right? 2022, right? At the brink of nuclear tensions, right? And all these issues with the pandemic and all that. Right? And we got through it, you know, we got through it. So in this, that is the deep context. And then continuity is the even deeper context. And the work they are doing is really on this ground. If you can get right into it, the decision making is very simple. And what you're going to do next is also very simple. Yeah? Okay. We're going to be late, but I'm still going to be late for the next meeting because okay. I think, so think of friendship in the big global context of war, and then root it all the way down into the economics of universal well-being, right? Not even just that, to the formation milestones of Bernie. In between, you curate what is meaningful for the space and the community that you're curating for. And you don't need to speak to everybody. If you're serving the ambassador, just serve the ambassador. Okay, if you just serve the ambassador, everybody will watch it. You don't need to tell everybody you need to do it like that. You don't need to script anybody. Okay, you get to a point where you can live it in service for the ambassadors. And so very simple, this Friendship Festival, Hong Kai, you're just in service of the 5 ambassadors in the context of a secondary school. Okay, please do not narrative this.
Oh, got it.
Snyder, Victor, and Isaac, your turn is coming up next, okay? And when the materials arrive and all that, you think of it. And then Access, George, and Anthony and Paul and Sulaiman, okay, regarding the bigger compound. Now, all the children's garden, home and school it's not a show. It's a transmission of values and action. They will then learn as well. School of life, that's what it means, okay? Justin, Mel, Felix, Alba, okay? You both are now observing this, right? And lots of things going on in your mind, okay? I don't need to tell you, because when the opportunity arrives and when you're able, you will come and tell us already what is it that you want to do, okay? So I think the two BB lighthouses will be now kind of activated with Children's Garden Home. So I don't know if Justin and Mount Felix Hour, you were in conversation. We're going to send basically the list of items. Our non-negotiable is this, okay? Every child should have a personal toy, okay? Personal toy. And they need to have clothes and shoes. Cannot be one on them and one on the line, okay? Make a list. Some things can be shared, some things personal. It must be personal. Okay. And then undergarments, we don't recycle those. Okay. It's quite easy to get those, and everybody has fresh undergarments. Okay. And they must wear it the second they are pre-puberty. You start there. All the issues regarding sexuality, drugs, alienation begins right there. For the boys and girls, it starts as early as 8 years old, okay? The innocence, the early childhood, 0, 6, 7, by 8, you catch them there. You don't catch them by 11 or 12. Got it, Snyder?
Yes. Yes.
8 years old, okay? And even earlier, right? The narrative about man is supposed to be like that, woman is supposed to be like that. It's all conditioned, you know? Okay, and you never accommodate. No, right? And you have a nice, beautiful environment that protects them and keeps them safe. So they'll be fine, however, wherever they come from, right? And you are raised by love, right? So that's you understand it, and then now you got to do it, right? Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, you know. Yeah, it's a beautiful calling. That's what it is. It's just beautiful because you got the opportunity to make these changes foundationally. And some of you had asked, right? How come Singapore, right? When you talk about Lee Kuan Yew, right? Those leaders of their generation were exactly like this. You know, Singapore didn't have all this stuff, right? But this is the type of vision that we're talking about. Vision is not having all these other things. This is vision. What Bernie has painted for us. It's just foundational. It's formation. If you get your character right, you get your values right, you have a society. You don't get it right, it's screwed up. It's screwed. My language, if I meet you all, it's even more flowery than this, okay? Because there's no other way to say it. Correct, Snyder?
True.
Yeah. You know, I say it to the leaders in closed room doors. I say it. I'm a woman, I'm not supposed to say all these things. Justin is a Malaysian, I am a Malaysian, right? He knows. And he's looking at me saying, how did this Malaysian become like that? A post-independent nation. I'm only 52. And I tell you why, because of the elders. Because they gave us an education. Because they gave girls an education, they gave boys an education, but more importantly, they gave girls an education, they gave them the mind, the brain. You need to do that for the children under your care. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, Felix Alba, One Love sent staff to the Dangkalan Elementary School for 5 solid years, you know. Did you know that? The materials there is enough. If they're not being used, you have to ask yourself why. If the kids are still not being educated as they should be, you have to ask yourself why and dig deep with your community. The Maya Nana, is it Maya Nana? Mayana, how do you say that? Now, Felix Alba, you share with us, what does that mean? Did I say it right?
Mama Yana.
Mama Yana. Explain to everybody what that means.
I'll do it later. Like
Yeah. Do you think it's acceptable, Mama Yana?
No,
Why?
because you can do it now. Why do it later?
Yeah. What does Mama Yana do? You don't want to take responsibility. And if a person or a member of a community or society or a member of a citizenry, right? If we all want to be post-colonial independence, right? What is Mama Yana? Who's going to do it? If you don't know how to build for yourself, are you expecting somebody to build it? Who's going to do it? Who's going to care enough to do it? Who's going to understand the local nuances and the cultural preservation and the beauty of it to do it? So, now Felix Alba, I have an assignment for you. Unpack Mama Yana.
Okay.
Hi.
Oh, Dr. Chicha? Yeah. What's this with dignity? Okay, Mama Yana is your homework, okay? Mel Felix Alba, squash it. Unpack it, link it to an understanding, and just press delete. Control, alternate, delete. It goes. Because there's no later. Who's going to do it? Who's going to do it? Start with just a community. Okay? Justin,
Okay.
you had a homework with Victor. How's that coming along?
Hello, Victor. Where's the video? Hello, Victor.
Yes.
Where's your? May I know how's your progress?
Oh, I will send to you the video because right now we cannot go to the computer lab because the kids are having national exams, so we are not allowed to go up in the school.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Or if you need my help on editing part, you can always tell me. Yeah? No worries.
Oh, yeah, I already finished. I finished
Okay,
editing.
great.
Yeah, I remember there's a time I sent it in the group.
I didn't see it. Sorry, maybe you can resend it to me.
Okay, I will resend it to you, but I hope you will bear with me because now they are having exams.
Okay, sure, no problem.
We cannot be up in the school.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. What else do we need? Oh, Sulaiman, share with us your discovery about the itinerary, the travel, after you've read, after you've written, what is it, the plan for our summer school?
It will be ready in the evening.
No. I mean, what is your insight about it in your research? Did you do it alone or do you do it with Anthony?
We did together with Anthony.
Okay, that's great. Okay, what are both your experience in so you're actually preparing the itinerary, you know, whether it's travel or the conference facilities. Can you share?
Tony.
Okay, so we did it with Suleiman and we were discovering on how on the travel. So because there was still COVID, so we were trying to work out on how we can come up to there. And we did the research together with Suleiman and Suleiman sent it to the group.
So did the group respond to you?
Yeah, some people commented, but some didn't. So we didn't know if they got the information.
So are you going to engage them? How are you going to engage them to get the necessary information that you need or the comments that you need?
Yeah, we're going to do more research and discover a lot. Then we'll send it to the group. Then the group can give us the feedbacks.
I think what would be useful is maybe set like a time frame. Like, are we talking about 2 weeks or 4 weeks, including travel? And we need to quarantine and all that.
Okay, because we need to quarantine and all the stuff, the COVID-19, the restrictions, I think we'll have a 4-week travel.
4 week, huh? Okay, so you why don't you sketch out this, okay? And then once it's made visible, right, then we can start booking the place or finding ways, or at least we can scope it, what's the cost, you know, whether we earn it or whether we get donors, etc., or we sell tickets, right? What's the place available?
Yeah.
If we sell like one person who is buying the conference ticket and us, or the summer school ticket, and he pays for us, right? Then the solution is solved in the funding, and then we can book. Okay, so there needs to be a visibility of all these people coming from all the different countries, going in, offering for the quarantines, right? And then the summer school session itself. And then in the summer school, right, you have to do enough research to understand which are the places that you need, the spaces, what kind is it, outdoor, is it in the lecture room, you know, that we will have our summer school in. So it will be for the youth stewards. Currently, we have about how many now? 50?
Yeah, 15.
Yeah, so you have to, so there is a summer school chat group, right? So you have to activate the organizing committee, okay?
Okay.
So you have to activate the organizing committee and start saying, okay, we're going to have to start planning this already, you know? And if we need to do it, you let me know and say, Ping, and let's get a special a session for it. You know, it doesn't have to wait for this monthly session, right? And then you just get the thing going, because nobody will be able to even participate with us in the summer school if we don't have a plan. Okay, so if Sulaiman and Anthony are good with this, right, then you sketch out, okay, going in, going out, and in the middle, where do we stay? Okay, so we're going to stay in Fitzwilliam College. We're going to book it, okay, and then what's the timing? How many rooms? And then what are the meals that are required? Okay, and what's the budget for that? With that, you can have the budget. The curriculum, the organizing committee will also have to come up with a curriculum. Okay, And we started with the tree metaphor. Some of you are not part of it. So contact Ejin. Okay. I think Ejin, Sharon, Justin, were you part of the the 5 Thursdays to Cambridge?
I think I'm not part of that.
No, you're not. So it's Ejin that you want, because she's the one who was holding the knowledge bank
Okay.
that we were building for 5 Thursdays too. Okay, so Ejin and Sharon on the curriculum.
Alright.
And think Andromeda as well, and Nika. Okay, so Mel, Felix, after today, you listen, you start talking to them if they can't make it. Okay, then you tell them this is what happened today, and then you need to hook up or you need to nudge Andromeda and Nika to connect with Sulaiman and Anthony. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and Justin, you just prompt Ejin and Sharon. Okay, because Sharon is an educator, so the curriculum side. Okay, on Justin, you are the editorial side. Correct? Together with Victor.
Yes.
And you need to work with Andromeda to get the website going.
Alright.
But she already has writings, and that's why the video needs to be ready. Just publish something. We keep talking about it. You know, Bilberries Blue Lighthouse is Hongkai had set up the whole website. It's published, and Hongkai, you just need to populate the materials, right? And we have so much content there now, you know. So with the Global Youth Stewardship Program, right, just get that going. The editorial board needs to get going. Okay, editorial board, summer school organizing committee. Okay, Paul, your personal atelier, you want to update very quickly?
Yeah.
So Paul had requested that he wants to have his personal atelier as part of our monthly session, right? So Paul, anything you want to update regarding your work in politics?
Okay. Regarding my works in politics, recently because here in Kenya, during this season, we are in a serious political season, and I was just recently I was just talking to some youths back at the reserve. I was in the reserve, and I talked to them about, they were arguing on the presidential candidates, and I was talking to them, telling them that what they were doing, maybe they wanted even to fight. Then I was telling them what they are doing was not a good thing, because when two horses are fighting, the grass are the one who are in a bad condition or who are suffering. And then I was telling them that these people, whether we fight, they can't help us. So we as the youth, we should know what we are supposed to do. We should know who we are, because we normally say that the youth are the future leaders. So when we are fighting because of the people who are not around us, I can fight maybe Victor, but I will not go to seek the help to that politician who I'm fighting for. But for Victor is someone who can help me because he's near me. So I was telling them that we should not be fighting because of the people who are far away from us. And I was telling them even during these political seasons, we should not follow everything that these people are telling us, because that this is a fact. When people are fighting in Kenya, maybe the children of the leaders, they are outside the country, they are not around us. But for us common wananchi, we are common citizens, are the one who are we are passing through bad conditions. So in my side, I'm just trying to talk to people and telling them how to behave, how they should be working, how they should be interacting with other people, because fighting is not a solution. Regardless of whosoever will be there, I was telling them, we just follow the person who will be elected. There's no need of fighting or of arguing of this, someone to be or someone not to be, because when I was looking on it, sometimes politics are the causes of maybe street children. You may find a lot of street children in the street because of maybe politics. You get the family are fighting over a certain leader, the mother is supporting the other leader, the father is supporting the other leader, or else when after the election people are fighting. So this one will make people to run for rescue, then the children will be left without anyone to look at them. So I was just urging the youths that let us not fight during this political season, and we just live with unity, knowing that that person who is near you is the person who can help you. But someone who is far away from you, it is hard to help you. Regardless, we love all the leaders, regardless of whosoever will be elected, life shall continue. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that, Paul. It's very, very good work you're doing. So I'm seeing the connection. Okay. Well, Snyder, Isaac, and Victor zooming in on holding the ambassadors, and George is doing the work to build children's garden home. You are already going out. I think you have a goal: eradication of street children. We're here for you. That's why we're giving you this space, and I think that's really your work, right? And then Sulaiman and Anthony is going global already. Okay, Sulaiman, Anthony, you see it now? Yeah, see how powerful we are already, right? And I think today's session, I think it hit home for you, right? Didn't it?
Yeah.
And just remember basic principles, the formation principles that Bernie has altered for us, okay, has written for us. Go back to that, okay? And even a simpler principle, right? And it links back to Honkai, Alan, and Tasha's work. And they're doing it in the school, right? Friendship. So, and the way you say it to the youth is very good, right? You're fighting just because of all the politics, religion, whatever. But who is it that we're actually hurting? Is our friends, you know? We could have been friends. And Isaac, I still remember all those conversations we had, right? It comes back down to that. And Victor too, you know? So I think today it's just a wonderful time that we've had together, you know. Even for me, especially for me, because I'm angry. I'm angry with the 70 years of work that we've done that is so carelessly, you know, carelessly, CALLOUS, tossed away, right? Don't you think so? But being with you all gives me hope. Having these sessions gives me hope, because the hope is in the action, and we're doing it, okay? And it's, Paul, your work that you do is no different from the work that Snyder is doing, Victor is doing, or Alan is doing, or Honkai is doing, and no difference, although it's in the political sphere, you know. That's just what they call a decoy, right? No difference, right? Paul, can you see there's no difference now? It isn't so big.
Yeah, you can see there's no difference. Is about changing people's life. Yeah.
Yeah. So now you can stand. There's no stress, no pressure. What's the simple rule, right?
Yeah.
Friendship, right?
Yeah.
What's underlying friendship? Is it less than, better than? Is there a narrative in friendship? Do I need to say, oh, how do I do this? Do I need to write rules for friendship?
No.
Who said that?
Sometimes it's possible. Sometimes.
Who said no?
I'm the one.
I know. Okay, go for it, Snyder.
I don't think you have to write. Okay, friendship is something that comes naturally.
Yeah.
But
what's the basis of it? What's the basis of it? Huh? Are we friends now? What do you think?
Yes, we are friends because.
Why do you ask you call me by my name? Call me by my name. Tell me when we first met. We were strangers. We were strangers.
Yeah.
How come we're friends now?
Yeah.
How come I can speak so openly to you as if I've known you for all your life?
It's all about understanding. You've understood me. Yeah.
And there's no pretense in it. Okay.
Yeah.
That does not need to have an overture around it. Remember, I told you about authenticity. I told you about respecting people's confidentiality, their privacy. You know, it transcends non-words. It transcends everything. You know, Keith doesn't speak very well in that sense. He doesn't speak our language, but he's my son, so that's not a good example. But what I'm saying is, you know, it doesn't, yeah. So, okay, Paul, go back to that. George is frowning. George, you want to say something?
No, I want to say something
Okay,
before
Paul. Yeah, go for it.
about friendship.
Yeah.
No, about friendship, I think loving someone, that's a rule. But me being your friend, I should choose it. That's my option. If I don't want you to be my friend, you can't be my friend. But loving you as a human being, I must love you. But you being my friend, that's a choice. Yes, I should choose to be your friend. And you know, a friend can build you positively, or a friend can take you down. So I think we should have some condition on making friendship. Don't just, I normally say, don't pick a friend, but choose a friend. Because whosoever is around you can tell me who you are. And the people, if you are around 3 fools, I think you can be the 4th fool. And if you are around 3 wise people, you can be the 4th wise person. So friendship has a lot of condition, and whosoever is your friend, that's whosoever you can be, because he can build you positively, or that person can make you someone who is not admirable in the society. So there's a condition. Yeah.
But can a friend influence you like that?
Okay, to add to Paul, about friendship, you have to choose wisely. You choose your friends. So, for example, friends can change you. That's a fact. Like, for example, I don't use drugs and my friend is using drugs. Like, mostly, even when we are here in school, when you find a kid, he was in drugs, you talk to him, you advise him. He or she always comes to this one thing: I was not using, I met up with a person, he told me try once. And that's how I fell into the addiction. And for me, still, friends can, because we are all human beings, we have our own flaws, and we have also our own fears. For example, I can come and I find that George is using drugs and is happy. And maybe for him, the drugs is not the one which is making him happy, it's other things. But for me, my understanding will come that this drugs is what making George happy. So I will find myself trying to find comfort in the drugs. So to me, I always say you be very careful with the friends you choose. Like also, yeah, me, I had a friend who was killed because he was not a thief. He was a very polite guy, but the people who he associated with were thieves. So when he was walking in the street, a few men came and said, "We know you. We always see you with this kind of person or people." And they stole somewhere. And now because of that, he was stoned to death. And he was not even there. So to me, as a small advice is choose wisely your friends. If you see they are not giving you good advice or doing things which you are not comfortable with, I would prefer you associate yourself out of them and find people who you have the same visions and same dreams, and find friends. To me, I always go with this rule. I always try to find friends who are older than me, wiser than me, and more financially stable than me. Once you do that, you will always find yourself, because human beings, we have this, a lot of people, we don't like saying it, but a lot of human beings, we have this thing, jealousy. It's not the bad one, but you will find if you have a friend, he bought a car, you somehow feel jealous. This is my friend, I'm always with him, why is he buying a car and I'm not buying? So you'll always find yourself striving yourself to also buy a car, to show your friends, also me, I can buy. So I always say, it's good to be with friends who are in the same level, but always find people who are more wiser, more smarter, and more financially stable than you. So that's how you will be able to grow better. Yeah, that's my take.
Okay, I need to second Victor on that. He was saying that he normally have friends who are older than him. Let me second him there, because why is Victor saying this thing? Because the friends that are older than him, or a friend who is older than me, is a person who is more experienced than me. For example, when I have a friend who is my age mate, we'll be discussing about the present situation, the present things which are happening now. But if I have a friend who is older than me, that friend will be advising me on the future, not only the present. So I think I will say, I said earlier that you are supposed to choose a friend, not to pick a friend, because when you pick a friend, you're picking anyone that you found in the roadside. But when you choose a friend, you'll be choosing someone who can help you. But my advice when I'm talking to the young people, I normally tell them, even people of my same or my age, tell them that choose a friend who is older than you. Even you can take your dad, your mom, your uncle to be your friend, or even your teachers, because they are more experienced than you. They have faced something in life which you have not faced. So I second Victor on that, on choosing friends who are older than you or than someone else. Yeah.
So when you translate it in your work in politics, right? How does that translate?
Come again?
Like once you get an insight, right?
Yeah.
Say regarding friendship today, and everybody's here listening, right? And everyone has their task scoped out already, right? Bilberries Blue is about love and friendship, right? And you mentioned these two words. Very interesting, isn't it? Write about this, Paul. Love and friendship in politics. Very relevant right now. Local relevance to you politically, and the global relevance. When you write, you will have clarity. There's no right and wrong in this, but it helps you unpack what's in your head. Okay, and you can take that writing and you say it many times, you will access Daddy Moses for his wisdom, and you say it, and let that deepen, Sometimes a piece of writing and all that, right, speaks, right? You can use it, and you can talk to the youth about it and all that, because people don't like to be lectured to, people don't like, and you may get into a lot of trouble. They might just clobber you up for being, I'm dramatizing it, but I think it's quite real, okay? When people are angry and everything, but you can use voice, right? Your writing or thinking.
Yeah.
And love and friendship is gentle.
I say that love is, you
Yeah.
can love someone. Love is a must. You should love somebody. But being a friend, that's your personal choice. Yes, you can choose whosoever can be your friend, but you just love them. Even I'm sorry to say this, even maybe among my family members, among my siblings, I love all of them, but they are friends, because not everyone will have the same idea that I have. So I love all the family members, but I have my friends there. Not everyone is my friend, but I love them. So I think love and friendship, it can be a different thing sometimes.
I think it's a very interesting topic. I think it's relatable enough for everybody, and I think it's really good, because Bilberries Blue is about love and friendship, right? Although it's called the economics of universal well-being, underlying it, and Bernie had rooted it in formation. Because start with yourself first, right? And then you have that reflective And then now we're in a group, okay? So, and we're friends. We've become friends because we know each other. We've made time for each other. And we don't fake anything, you know. We've recorded this. Everything that we've done is coming from the heart space. And that's because we're coming from a place of service, love, and all. Now we're talking also about voice and participation, which is participating in society, right? Being a steward. So how do you translate that? The insights, how do you apply that? Okay, applying it in BB Lighthouse is an easier setting, it's in a school. Applying in Children's Home Gardens is also an easier setting. Applying into your families. So some families can't even apply it, right? So society, right? So you keep your focus again. I will ring fence you your focus, which is the eradication of street children. But before that, remember I said to study Children's Garden Home itself as well, right? Love and friendship. If say I don't like you and I don't become your friend, this is what's happening. I love you, but I send you a missile because I no longer like you, because I choose to, and then some people choose to love different countries. You know, at some stage, that philosophy is not going to work. What would hold a stable peace? Incorporating the differences as well. So you have to think beyond just I pick and choose my friends. You can't. You have a group of people, they don't like each other, they don't want to be friends, then what do we have?
Pandemic.
Huh?
I think if I can add something.
Okay, okay. Go for it, Isaac.
I think if I can add something about friendship. Personally, I think there's a difference between friendship and a friend. Friendship is the relationship that you're having, and
Frozen.
Relationship that you're having with someone, despite what the person is, despite who the person is, despite who the person is using drugs, the person is a bad person, but the relationship you have with that person, that's called friendship. Friendship is this point that you are there for this person, even if the person doesn't deserve it. You care for this person despite anything that happens. That's friendship, the kind of unconditional, it's unconditional relationship. But when you say a friend, we talk about somebody, you talk about a person, or maybe a belonging, maybe a dog or something. And so when it comes to friend, that's a conditioned relationship. When we talk about having a friend, it's a conditioned relationship, because when this person is not impacting you the way you want to, or is not adding any impact in your life, you can leave this person and get another person. That's getting a friend. But when you talk about friendship is not, it doesn't have to like you get a person to have friendship with. Friendship is a relationship that you're having with somebody, and this relationship is unconditional. You don't judge this person, despite this person is in problems every day, despite this person is using maybe drugs, despite this person is a bad person, but you're having a relationship that's unconditional. You can cross boundaries for the relationship, to keep the relationship you're having with this person. And friendship doesn't mean that the person has to be close to you. It can be a stranger. It can be a stranger, but I usually see some videos of people caring about the people in the streets. And these people are like raising money. Some are taking money from their pockets, a lot of money. And they're giving those people at least to start a life. That's friendship. Because it's a relationship. You don't know the person, but you are able to give the person to cross some boundaries to help the person. That's friendship. But when you talk about a friend is a person that you know. It's somebody you know. It's somebody who's close to you. So I think so personally, those two things, they're different things. So I think so it's good if we take them as different things. Because friendship, you don't need to know the person. It can be a stranger, but you have the relationship. But when you talk about a friend is someone close, someone you choose to hang out with, someone you choose to share your stuff with. Yeah.
Editorial board. I think we've struck on the topic already, you know. Love and friendship. Okay. I think we ought to collect everyone's views and thoughts and writing about this. I think it's so powerful, each and every one of your insight and your wisdom. Anyone has a response to what Isaac has said and what Paul has said and what Victor has said?
Okay, for me, okay, I'm going to talk about the age and financially stable thing. I'm against that. Okay, I can't choose my friends just because, okay, we have some people who are older than us, but when you can get somebody is 30 years old, but when you sit down with this person in reasoning in what the person does, he does like an 18 years old. You get the difference. So it is not necessary the age, the money, it is all about the mind of the person and how development the person is. I can be age mates with somebody and we still reason like grown-ups. But that is that. And also there is something called regression. I think we did in college. Regression is whereby I'm 18 years old. I don't do things that 18 years old do. So I do things which 30 years old do. So when I get to 30 years, I regress. I start behaving like an 18 years old. So I think also having friends who are your age mates, and it's okay, and whatever you are doing should like what you taught about us about dignity. So you should choose what you want to do. You should do things at the right time with the right people. So if I'm 18 years old, okay, I should behave like an 18 years old, but I should limit myself. I should not be doing everything. But you don't expect somebody who is 18 years old to behave like a 50-year-old. And when they reach 50 years old, they'll start behaving like an 18 years old. That is not right. Again, about the finance, Victor has talked about having financial stable friends. Okay, I can get somebody who is, okay, from a rich family. And I can give you an example for me where I used to go to college. I had friends who are from very good families. And, you know, I've been raised up in a children's home. And most of the money I use in school is from somebody else. So maybe the person is just willing to pay for the fee and you are not able to get other things. So if you interact with such friends who are from very good families, okay, it's good, but you limit what you do. So I'll see my age mate who is from a very good family. They have this very nice phone. They have money all the time. They are buying new dresses every weekend. And at times it might pressure me to be like them. So it might lead me to something else. Maybe I start looking for somebody who can give me that money, either legal or illegal. So having friends who are beyond you is not bad, but also we should think about the pressure, you know, the peer pressure. You might end up doing something bad just because you've seen my friend has a car, I also need to have one. So yeah, I think you are understanding.
That's why we emphasize so much on how you define yourself.
Yeah.
It was not about the tools, it's not about materialism. It's, you know, that's why this program is rooted so deeply, to empower each and every one of us to redefine what it is, who we are. Remember identity and dignity?
Yeah.
Yeah. So same thing with the friendship week. That's why I went with the whole Barbie, I'm a Barbie girl thing, right? I mean, I was just dramatizing it, right? But that's exactly what it is. Because if you don't know who you are, nor do you feel empowered to be who you are, you will cave at one point or another. Because it's very hard to not conform in a social pack. It's just our human brains. So formation is about being able to hold your ground, think, have enough people to get you out of your hubris. You know, people like become ego as well, and nobody dares tell them, they don't listen. So these are kind of the check and balances that you have to build for yourself as you develop. You know, your regression thing is correct because there's also societal expectations and all that. So how you kind of balance all that? That's why this program is about. It's got a personal atelier, then you got your group projects, and deliberately curated for diversity. You know, but at the end of the day, these are all taught because it's your action, right? When Keith had to go to have mediation from an educational psychologist, she just taught us one thing. She's from South Africa. We're so blessed to have her. And she said, he has to learn how to live his choices. That's all she gifted to him. And she did it. When he was 10 years old, he kicked himself out of school. And then he wanted to go back to school so much. He doesn't want any more interaction with adults. He wanted to play with other children. And how did this ed psychologist teach somebody, like a child like Keith, right, who was 10 years old then, to make the choice to go back to school, to live your consequence, to live your choices. Live your choices, very simple. Live your choices. Was there a difference that he had Down syndrome? She gave her the highest nugget for life. Live your choices. And he went back to school. He has not dropped out since. And when he went for the school, he made a choice. He asked the principal, can Keith come to school? Keith can come to school? Because he made the choice to go back to school. You see it now, Snyder?
Yeah.
Empower the ambassadors to live their choices and stand tall. Just like you guys. Paul, on that ground, you just live it. You just live it. Nobody can touch you. It's not about all those things. And how you see how Bernie pulls me back as well, right?
Yeah.
The second I go into materiality, the second I go into performance, the second I go into tools, she just yanks me back. And it's about formation, identity of dignity. Sulaiman has the unity of power. Sulaiman, please don't tax anymore. Jamin, where's your voice, Sulaiman? Sulaiman.
It's about friendship. I think earlier on you said that friendship is all about the purpose, defining yourself. And as my brother said, Victor and Paul, I don't think so. I'm against them. If we all choose good friends, what about those bad friends who are using drugs, who are in the street, who are going to change them? It is our role to change them. So if each and every person will choose them, that those good friends, it means that these bad friends, they will just be lonely, and they think that they want is the love, and maybe some of them just want that love and unity. So you have to know that find well yourself. Again, it's I don't think if a friend can change you negative or positive. I'm against that because if Liz, I think a friend is not able to change you anymore, but you can change him or her in a good way. That's why I'm saying that we have to go for those bad friends, just leaving the good friends so we can change the world. We don't have to go for good friends. We have to go for those who are in the street, those bad friends who people fear, so that they can see that the world can change. They can see the difference between you. So, and unity. Still, if you work in unity and you have power, then we can change those people. You don't have to say that I can't work with Victor. He's low at financial. Why? The unity will go low. So if I have to choose George to be my friend, I don't have to look at the background status. So I have to be that friend who is there for him. We have to build that friendship, and we have to come up with that purpose of our friendship. We have to define that friendship and have again come with empowerment of our friendship. I think that's all mine.
You got it right. Bilberries blue.
Can I add on?
Go on. Yeah, we are now on fire. Go
I
ahead.
think so. To add on what Suleiman
Okay,
has said,
just to speak on what you are saying. I'm not saying, I didn't say that if somebody is using drugs, you shouldn't be friends with. So you should get the understanding. I said like this. Like recently, Dad, we had a boy he loves like doing stealing and those kind of things, and he ran away from school. So Dad went and brought him back, and then he ran away again, and then the police caught the boy, and they called Daddy Moses, and they asked the boy, we will remove you here in one condition, that you change. It may sound harsh, but this is what I told Daddy Moses. If this boy, he's not willing to change, if he's not willing, I should please, you should underline the word willing. You can be poor, but you're not willing to get out of that poverty. So if you become a friend with such a person, you yourself, he will, even if you are striving to be successful, he will always pull you down. I didn't say do not be friends with people who are using drugs. If he's using, you try to remove him from those drugs and he's not willing, please stay away, because as in Swahili we always say, usiamshe umbwa ambaye amelala, sababu utalala mwenyewe. In English it says, do not wake up a sleeping, okay, like that, don't wake up a sleeping dog, because you will sleep yourself. So in anything that you do, going to find friends, look for a friend who is ambitious. I'm not rich. I am aiming to be rich. So me going, like for example, if you want to become a CEO, what do people say? Work with CEOs to become a CEO. If you want to become if you want to become a politician, work with politicians to become a better politician. If you want to become an engineer, find engineers, you work with engineers. That's how the world evolves. That's how the world rotates. If you want to become an engineer and you work with a thief, I will assure you that you will become a thief. Because you are, there's this quote I like using, you are what you attract. So to me, I am not saying do not become friends with them, but always look at the willingness of somebody. Even in this class, there are some who always join, there are some who don't. Why is that? Because there are some who are willing to join. Even if I came late, I must come in the Zoom, because I am willing and I have decided that I want this class. But if I don't want the class, even if you, for example, you start paying me to come in the class, I will always miss, because it's not, I am not willing to do that. So even if you are going to find that friend who is using, because I love, and you know, I have worked with a lot of street boys, and I know how, if a boy is not willing, no matter the kind of effort you use in that boy, no matter how much money you use to spend with that boy, you buy him clothes, shoes, take him to best restaurant in town, and he's not willing to change, he will always go back to that street. Yeah?
Victor,
So,
can I talk?
so what I'm saying is that you yourself first look at your friend. If he's willing, you can work with him. But if he's not, you will also change. So, and you know, for example, if you are with a friend, he must also, like, friendship is, you help each other with ideas. If, for example, you are going with problems, you are helping each other. But now look at this. For example, it's just I am not financially stable. You are not financially stable. The other friend is not financially stable, and then all of us we come in the same, and then we start saying, "But the landlord is closing the house." Also, the other one, he can't help you. Is also saying, "Also, me, they are closing the house." So you guys will be a group of people who are going through depression, and that's where now you will start saying, "Let's do this." You start creating a cocoon of thieves. You go steal, because all of you are in the same state, and also your brain, no one of you is in the level of empowering another person. Like, we can go and do this to get this. For you are a group of 5 lazy people, and you are saying, we are friends. Even if we are lazy, we are friends. We will not leave each other, and we will not. No, you must go in the group of, even if you are all poor, but you must have 3 or 5 people who are hardworking, who will push you to become a better person.
I got the reconciliation. Okay?
Yeah. For me, my understanding
to have a friend, to have a friend is to be a friend. Okay.
Yeah.
And you must raise each other up.
Yeah.
So that's like the condition.
That's my
right?
understanding.
That's the condition, right? Like I came in today to raise us all up, right? You raise me up, right? We sang that song together, right?
Yeah.
You raise it. So we have a responsibility to another fellow human being to live well, you know. And if the person is down, like what you say, you don't judge. That's where the unconditional peace is, right? And if you're strong, you can do that. If at the moments where you're vulnerable, then maybe you can't. Then it's okay to take a break, to seek help, you know. So those are the kind of dynamics that you need to kind of make judgment about, right? In any situation, whether it's your friends or whether it's a fellow human being, you know, in society, in different dynamics. So that's really what it is. Like, so in the end, it's still coming back to yourself, right? And Victor, you mentioned poverty a few times. I need you to relook that. Okay, it's the same thing that I said to Hong Kai. There is no lesser than. Mother Teresa got it right. Poverty of love. It's hard, you know. We all have poverty of love. We can feel that up. Well, okay. But it's not so easy in any society. And in the end, this program, right? The empowerment is for us to do self-care, right? Self-care is not being selfish, but self-care. So there are like, you got to have like some principles around it. You got to have some, what they call it, algorithm. Okay, so I spoke to this with the ambassadors, and I have some leadership congress that I speak to with the other youths, right? And then they say, how do you do it? So I say, this is my easy way. There's 26 alphabets. The 26 letters in the alphabet. I have 26 zones, guys. some of them don't even make it to Z or zone, okay? If you're out, you're out, because I don't have time, because my priority is whoever is in the willingness, as Victor said. And Bernie has said that to me many times. Washima has said that to me, right? They are my mentors, right? Say if the youth stewards don't turn up, we cannot do anymore. I can't do anymore. We can't do anymore. Okay? The platform is there, Bilberries Blue is there, everything is there. Structure is there, access to network, the people. But if the person doesn't recreate, right? What is Bernie's definition of recreate? The change, right? You have to change something that is not right. Then only you can recreate. Not changing hairstyle, you know? Not changing your clothes, you know? Not even getting more money, you know? You know what I mean? You want to recreate yourself, you got to say to yourself, this is not going to work for me as a human being. An addiction will not work for me. Right? If not, you're going to live the choices of that. You're going to live the consequence of that choice. And you're going to be a pest everywhere you go. Isn't it so? But if you really fallen, in society, there's so many people, right? So many, you've got rehab centers, yeah, what, right? And we're trying to get them to revive and all that. Some people make it, some people don't. And they have tragic consequences. Imagine if you're a parent, right? Especially the mother, right? You gave birth to a beautiful baby, right? And the baby destroys himself or herself, right? Self-destruction, right? Then you ask yourself, what did I do? What did I miss? The parent will always ask that question, what did I do wrong in, you know, at every point of the journey? And that's what we are doing when we're watching the kids and then we're doing this program, right? Don't let them fall. Don't let them fall before you know, and I speak to so many social workers, right? They keep seeing it, and then we ask ourselves, this whole poverty trap thing, right? I'm talking about poverty of possibilities, you know. We put it on, it still happens. Why? Bilberries Blue is about breaking poverty traps, okay? In case that message didn't get through enough. I made that determination when I was 10 years old. It's unacceptable. Okay? Break the poverty trap and redefine what is that and then root it, you know? But you have to have a system. So I told Paul, you need to have a data. You need to have data. Don't go and just anyhow, you know? Do it strategically. Even when you want to do your work, right? Like Snyder, Victor, Hong Kai, you know? We're doing it methodically. Be methodical and be realistic. Achieve what you can only achieve today. Go to bed early. Tomorrow, wake up again. Run the 18 hours. Go to bed again. Run the 18 hours. It's just every day that's going to build the future, okay? Because you guys are smart, you know, you guys are able, you guys are strong, you guys have a beautiful heart. That was actually the criterion that we had given your elders. If you're wondering why you're in the youth stewardship program, you're the elders of the future. But it doesn't happen if you don't do it today. You got to re-examine yourself. You got to look at your habits. You got to say, I got to change it. I still remember when I was 10 years old and these Canto videos came to Malaysia, right? And all the adults got addicted to all these videotapes, you know, I even dubbed it for them, you know. Then one day I was sitting there, right? I said, what happened to me? Why am I watching this TV, you know? I got up from the sofa, I went back to my room and I aced my studies, okay? Even the adults couldn't look after me because they got addicted to video addiction. Can you imagine that? And then what's happening here now? Every single person is addicted. We don't have the determination to yank ourselves up. you know. Don't say anything. Just be addicted. Just let the world media drive your beautiful mind. Just let it. Just let AI take over. No? Just be zombies. That's the term zombie, you know. So in the end, right, don't blame anybody. Don't say all these, it's still down to your own choice. You're 24 hours a day. You get yourself fit. You get yourself healthy. You know, you eat well. Don't need to eat that much. Go and exercise, right? I exercise. I do 10,000 steps a day. I don't need to tell anybody about it, right? You know already. That's very basic to be a human being of dignity. It doesn't take that much. You did not get it. I did not say the way you're putting it. Be friends or somehow will blind you, mental, but in short will be with someone you will bring just bring the best out of each other. But actually, once you have figured out a system to check and balance yourself so that you don't get like all lost in yourself, right? You are the only person who can light yourself up. I know other people say different things, but what's been my experience is you are the only person who can light up your own day. And in my darkest night, I have many dark nights. In my darkest night, I light it inside me. You have to find it yourself. It's not an I thing, but it's inside you. You have to strike the match. I have a song, you know? One Little Candle. That was my school song. One little candle. Nobody can light it for you. And we will all go through personal dark nights, okay? And some of you have already gone through it many, many times. Everyone here, okay? Tasha as well. Mel Felix too. One little candle. How interesting, huh? We went from friendship to one little candle. Okay. Tasha, do you have anything to add to the friendship? And then has everyone spoken? And Mel Felix, Alba as well. And then I have to close by 5. It's 4:45. I'm so late.
I don't have anything much to say. I mean, as a friend, you should try your best to help the other friend out when they are having some problems. So I guess that's all I can say.
Simple. If you can help, you help. If you can't, seek help.
Yeah.
But you know, it's tough. Sometimes it's so tough when that friend is drowning, right? And you're afraid of being pulled in for being drowning. So that's why I say you need to have 26 alphabets because there are many, many layers. Because that person is in sorrow, it's in pain, in fear, you know, and it manifests in different ways. So we do have to be wise about it, right? Whether it's personal friendship or whether you're doing community work or whether you're doing politics, you do have to be wise with it. People can be vicious, okay? This war is a very good example of that. And you've seen how it happens during the pandemic. So the wisdom must come with, you cannot blindly jump in, okay? So oxygen on yourself first before others. And all lifeguards know, right? You cannot jump in when there's person drowning. They never do, okay? They have to put something on themselves, okay? Can you all remember this? So this whole thing is about that. And how do you build that infrastructure that can help the person that's drowning? But then if you know the person is drowning, there is a person who is drowning. And then what is your choice? Do you look away or do you keep going at it to help? Okay? And the balance of it. Mel Felix, are you okay?
Yes.
What do you think? You're okay? Yeah? All right.
Yeah.
Very serious meeting today, huh? But so good. So good.
Okay, maybe
you.
I have something.
Okay. Close it on a light
Okay.
note.
Okay, I'll just have to tell Victor, no one in this world is financially stable. Even the richest person in the world still admires to get more and more. So there is no day you'll get somebody saying, I'm financially stable. Another thing, he's saying, if you are you are an engineer, you should associate with engineers. So I think in this group, we are all of us displaced, because there is no other person. Like for me, I'm a teacher. The other person is like Victor wants to be a CEO, like George wants to be something else. So I'm against that. I think you should associate with people of different professions, different ideas, different ages, different everything for you to grow. Another thing he's saying, if the person is willing to remove themselves from the place they are, for example, okay, I'm sorry to share this, but this is an emerging issue in Kenya. Mostly girls who are in colleges, university, and some of them who are in high school, they want to be rich. Okay, they are willing to be rich, but these ladies are dating married men, very old men, the age of their fathers, for them to be rich. So these girls are willing to be rich, but the way they want to get rich is not the right way. So I think we should talk about friendship one more time. This is a very big topic, and yeah, no one is poor and no one is rich enough. Even our president is rich, but he still wants to get more. So, and when you start earning 1,000 per day, you will wish to be earning 1,500, maybe 2,000 per day. So you go up growing. Another thing, if he's saying I should associate with people who are over me, for example, I'm earning 1,000 per day, so I should be associating with people who are earning 2,000 per day. What about that person who is earning 80 shillings per day? So if I'm getting to a certain level, also me, I won't be willing to work with people who are below me. So I'll be upgrading. But when you are willing to associate with different kind of friends, you are able to grow. Even that person who is earning 80 shillings per day has some ideas which might help you to grow. I think you are understanding me. So for that, I don't.
Snyder. That's
Yes,
why Blue has a hardwired in diversity. It's true diversity that you can see the multiple perspectives. It is true. It is hardwired. Okay, if not, you will have what they call hubris and groupthink. Very dangerous. When you hang around people who are very similar, you're just affirming each other. It's like a pack of thieves thinking that it's okay, to write all these social policies that are making other people poorer. It's no different.
Okay, again, I can't be friends with you because of something you have. What if you lose that thing? Maybe I am your friend because you have money, so you can support me. But what if you get an accident, for example, maybe, and you are not able to work to earn more money? So it means I won't be your friend. So I don't think friendship is all about the mutual benefits, but it is something from inside. I can bear with you during the sorrow, during happy moments, during poverty, maybe yeah. So having friends, you don't have to look at the things the person has,
Maybe,
for you to
huh?
be friends.
Snyder.
Yeah,
Maybe the real friend's the one who can be with you when you're drowning, huh?
true.
Can I add something small to finish?
Like for me,
I have to run, guys. It's 4:50. I'm 1 hour late, but this is such a great topic. We should
Okay.
definitely, I think maybe our summer school topic is this, you know?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Very relatable, very real, cuts across all ages, cuts across, you know, simple, but real and deep, right? Nothing, we don't need to carve like a philosophical statement, you know, and we bring it to Cambridge.
Umepata namba?
I think we got it. We
Yeah.
got our core for our first summer school friendship. Love and friendship. Maybe love is tricky for them, but we okay. So we have framed that. So y'all take notes. Okay. I have to run and I'll take a photo, and some of us have dropped out. So next time we must take a photo as we go along. Okay. Smile. Yeah, Tasha has and Justin have left as well. All right, smiley smile. Joy and sorrow. If there be tears, let it be tears of joy. It's in the two popes. From a stranger to a friend. Okay, love you all. Okay, I gotta run. Okay, see you next month. Okay.
Okay.
Keep going.
Bye bye.
Oh, bye-bye.
Bye.
Is it okay?